We're back here on the sunny side of morning TV. The Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation is hosting its inaugural Empowered Futures Parenting Symposium on May 9 this year at the Jamaica Conference Center here in Kingston. The event is under the theme Transforming Families, Building Communities, and it aims to equip adolescent mothers with the tools they need for parenting. Well, here to tell us how it all aligns with Child Month 2025 and supports the broader vision of 2030 Jamaica, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal is, well, we have Executive Director of the Women's Center Foundation of Jamaica, Novlet Howell. Miss Howell, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
First of all, let me say thank you for the service of those people who work at the Women's Center Foundation. It is an amazing institution that has stood the test of time over the decades. And I think that many people who they might not come back and tell you thanks, but I know for a fact that there are so many who would have benefited greatly, their lives would have not been derailed, and they have become successful mothers, and they have been, you know, parents who have produced children who have done great things as well.
Right, and we have an amazing staff at the Women's Center. So I want to heal them up, and they're all watching. And yes, we have touched the lives of over 55,000 young ladies.
Amazing.
And we have young ladies who have done awesome, who have done very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are some of the stories that make you most proud of what you do?
Oh, so when we have young ladies who have excelled and is contributing, right across the world, we have a nurse who is doing well in Scotland, and they come back to us and give back to us. We're awfully proud. And some of our young ladies have also mentored some of our teen mothers, and those stories are success stories. We do have a girl that is a head girl in a traditional high school. That is also another success story.
That is a success story.
Oh, yes.
Because there are so many people, there are so many institutions traditionally, and for those who don't understand, you know, it happens, it's a reality of life that a young girl might get pregnant while in school, and the perception is we need to remove her from the school system, and we don't want her influencing the other girls, all sorts of stigmas.
Right.
But then the Women's Center allows for her to continue her education, to pursue her course of study, get her subjects just the same. And you're saying that having gone through that process, you've reintroduced her into a school system, and she's become the head girl there.
Yes, we have had stories.
That's a big deal.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
So, as you may very well aware, we have girls having been impregnated from as early as 9. We do have girls, most of our girls are between the ages of 13 to 16, but we do have girls from as young as 9 up to 19. And they, because of the counseling aspect of the program that we offer to them, they really do very well and is able to go back into the traditional school system and impress on the leadership of the school.
First of all, this is the first time you're doing it. So tell me, a parenting symposium. Before we even get into the theme and the significance of the theme, a parenting symposium. In the meeting where this came up, tell me what was the thinking? Okay,
so we feel that changing the parenting landscape across Jamaica will change Jamaica. And so we have that core that we really deal with, which is our adolescent mothers. And so part of the program that we do is offer them insights into good parenting, parenting skills as it relates to the different types of parenting, building self-esteem, nutrition, learning whilst you play. These are the aspects of the program that we offer our young ladies, and we think that if we can offer it to Jamaica, it will change the landscape of Jamaica and Jamaica's parenting.
And so Empowered Futures. Why Empowered Futures?
Okay, so this is a program developed, let me show you, developed by Empowered Futures, developed by ourselves along with UNICEF and Reach Up. And so it was launched sometime last year, November last year.
Okay.
And we do feature it within our program at the Women's Center. And so we're getting our cohort across Jamaica, 200 about 20 girls that we are catering to, and we are helping them to accept a new way of parents.
So what are some of the components of the program?
Some of the components are self-care, nutrition, learning while you play, building self-esteem, different parenting styles, nutrition, etc.
So there's things like tips for managing stress. Yes.
Right, tips for managing stress.
I like this because, I mean, they are still children.
Right.
But they are mothers.
Right.
And they are being foisted into adulthood and responsibilities, but you still have to preserve the individual that they are. How do you strike that balance in this kind of a program?
So the truth is, and because of the program that we offers, counseling, the counseling component, it helped them to be wholesome. And because we know that these girls that we are catering to are really, for wanting of a better word, stressed.
Yeah.
We help them to accept the position that they are in and help them to move on. And so one of the reasons why most of our girls excel in the way they do is because our cohort of staff is trained to treat with them. And so that is why we would have developed this parenting program.
And the transforming families and building communities, many people would say that, you know, some of the times the communities that some of these girls emerge from is a part of the problem, because the pressures that the communities put on them to behave in particular ways or to manifest or to become parents early in some instances. I mean, it is so important for you to impact them, to impact their community.
And that is also true. So the truth is, the girls that come to us, most of them are from lower socioeconomic background. And so when we listen to the stories, we also know that they have to be our ambassadors out there. And so we impress on them that they have to change the way they think, change the way they behave, change out, and so that they can go back into their communities and help us to move it along.
All right, so tell me when this is going to take place and where?
Okay, so it is Friday, May 9th at the Jamaica Conference Center between 9 and 2.
And how much thousands of dollars it costs to attend?
So we're, at this juncture, we are catering to our cohort, our stakeholders, which is our young girls across the island. We're hoping that this is the start of probably another 4, taking it across Jamaica. It is sponsored now by the Chase Fund. Of course, you know the Chase Fund. It's big on early childhood education. So we will have some of our babies on show at the Jamaica Conference Center. And we will have presenters from UA and other stakeholders speaking to parenting.
I love that.
And yes, we do have 13 centers across, may I just say that? 13 centers across Jamaica, one in every parish. We invite parents who would have girls that they are thinking of sending elsewhere to send them to us, because our constant component do help.
I would highly recommend, if you're in Kingston, send them to, that is right there on
42 Trafalgar Road,
right there as you bend the corner in that intersection with Devon House, and just go just a little bit up, that left turn right there. If you come around from Hope Road, you can come around there. And,
yes. So we use the sandals, Bridget sandals, to come on a big deal.
Yes, I was about to say you could go around there and make it easy to get in. But look, continue to do the work. Don't stop. How might people get in touch with you?
Okay, yes. So
for more information.
Right, thank you. We have centers in every parish. So, may I just say the different places? We have Montego Bay, Peter Pan Road, Avenue, Mandeville, Patrick Road, Savlamar, Landilo, Port Antonio, King Street, Denby, Clarendon Health Center, right on the hospital complex, St. Anne's Bay, Civil Road, Spanish Town, Monk Street, that's right up there, and Junction Main Street. We do have centers across, and we invite persons just to come, community members who know of a pregnant girl between any age up to 19. We do offer skills. Cosmetology, we have 3 cosmetology centers because we are moving away from tradition.
I like it. Thank you very much. My guest has been Novelet Howell, the Executive Director of the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. Coming up on the flip side, we'll find out how a calabash can save the world. You don't want to miss this one. It's going to be nice. It's real nice. Stay with us.